This is the ARLA Elite Series, here for race number 8 of 24 in Leipzig, Germany. 20 teams would end up boycotting the race because they felt that the track was unsafe. 15 of those teams were in the top 30 in owners' points, so 15 go-or-go-home teams were automatically moved up into the main race. The Smash Beer Pole Award would go to Scott Hamilton in car number 74, the first pole for Roderick Motorsports. Hamilton got a great jump off the line. There you see in second, James West in car number 69. West drives for Carlink Racing. All three of their cars are outside the top 30 in owners' points. They decided not to boycott this race, seeing this as an opportunity to get all three of their cars into the race, which they did. The first incident would occur towards the back of the pack when Bobby Portu in the 15 spins the 31 of Liz Hebert into the hay bales. This set of S's coming up was a big headache for several teams over the weekend, and Bigsby Foot is going to find out why. He overdrives this section just a little bit, and car number 14 would go out early. Kevin Kelly and Marshall Clark are going to have problems with this section of the track as well. Hinata Hyuga and Dallas Dupree get caught up in this as well. Jason Bates gets a little piece of that. Car number 95 would go out on the first lap of the race as well. Namimura, with a little help from Manuel Ortiz, is going to spin the 26 of Bruno Battaglia. Austin Harden makes contact with the 26 and spins as well. This is Zany Jenkins making her ARLA Elite Series debut in the number 59 Idiot Stick Inglesby for Rosebud Racing. Jenkins was declared the winner of the qualifying race, which was called early. Bob Rudolph would also be making his debut today, running 2 positions behind Jenkins. Rudolph drives the number 52 Gasnier for Carlink Racing. Back up front, Scott Hamilton would build up a pretty big lead over Taylor Brillen in the 34. With so many of the big teams not running the race, a lot of the lesser-known teams are able to show what they've got today, and Scott Hamilton is a great example of that. Roderick Motorsports has struggled to make races this season. Bob Rudolph's ARLA debut is going to come to an abrupt end when he blows his engine. He starts to hold up the 19 of Ali Riggs, who is pretty quick to dump him. Matthias Schleier, another driver making his ARLA debut, is going to go out of the race on lap 2. Dan Mielke runs into the hay bales, and the 96 slams into the 38. Shinji Tanaka, yet another driver making his debut, promptly bangs his car up. He clips a curb and gets hit by Matt Scarano and Vinny Enzo. Scarano would go out of the race, while Enzo and Tanaka would keep going. Road course phenom Neji Hyuga proves that he's not exactly the perfect road racer when he goes flying into the hay bales. Hyuga was running 4th at the time, but he wouldn't lose a terribly high number of positions. More cars would have trouble with the S's. This time it would be Anthony Griffith and Philip Davidson, the 06 and 99. Kurt Walker and Shane Lake are going to get collected as well. Cars 98 and 99 would go out of the race. Rob Ryder would be making his first start of the year in the That Guy with the Glasses car for M&J Racing. Like so many other cars before him, he would go flying into the hay bales, but he would be able to keep it going. Back up front, Scott Hamilton continues to hold a big lead over Taylor Brillen. He goes to lap Liz Hebert, when the 31 pulls right into the 74 and turns him hard into the bushes. Scott Hamilton, who had led every lap so far, would go out of the race. This would hand the lead to Taylor Brillen. James West in second in the 69 car. Brillen has had only 2 starts previously, but in both of those she finished in the top 10. And in this race, she was looking to do even better. Olivier Martinez is going to give in to peer pressure and fly into the hay bales. Car number 5 would go out of the race. Marcus Leonard is going to make a pretty interesting save here. He clips a curb, gets that car into the air, and saves it, keeps it going. However, he loses his spot to Vinny Enzo in the 22. Enzo, however, pulls into the 78 and carries both cars hard into the fence. I don't know what Enzo was thinking holding his line right there. He obviously should have seen the 78. Here is Taylor Brillen starting to pull away from James West. Neji Hyuga, that blue car, is a lap down. Jason Bates, who went a lap down for repairs, clips a curb and spins into the bushes, necessitating a second trip to pit lane for even more repairs. Bates, however, just decided to park the car. One of the scarier incidents of the day took place on lap 8. Packer Carroll slides into the hay bales, and Shinji Tanaka slams into his driver's side door. The 71 does a couple of rolls. Carroll was okay, but that team really did not need this. Laura Cyrus and Mike Andrews, who are running 3rd and 4th, are going to get together and lose a spot to Allie Riggs, who comes flying through in that 19 car. A Marcus Leonard-esque maneuver places Riggs in the 3rd spot, with Cyrus 4th and Andrews in 5th. That car behind Taylor Brillen is not 2nd place James West, but it is Josh Mertz, the first car 1 lap down. The 34's lead is so big you can't even see the 69. This would be one of the more interesting battles as the race wore on. Mike Andrews gets a run on Laura Cyrus for the 4th spot, but Andrews is going to have to back off. The outside line was preferred on that turn. However, the 23 has a better exit, and it's going a bit faster than the 42. This would open the door for Siju Dejao 37. He gets a run on the 23, and he is going to have the preferred line. He's able to blast by the 23 and take over 5th. In the closing laps of the race, Taylor Brillen would catch up to her CJ Racing teammate Kevin Colley in the 08. However, Colley is not exactly willing to let his teammate go by and put him a lap down. But Taylor Brillen saw no need to worry, as James West was a good 13 seconds back. Tom Delgado is going to become the first casualty of the hay bales in a while. However, he would be credited with 19th since so many other cars have gone out of the race before him. With 2 laps to go, Taylor Brillen finally puts Kevin Colley a lap down. However, he pulls into the 34 and takes her into the scenery. Taylor Brillen, with her first win just 2 laps away, gets taken out of the race by her own teammate. She would be understandably furious with Kevin Colley. In the meantime, you are looking at the beneficiary of this wreck, James West, in car number 69. West has been competing in the series since 1997, and he has never won a points race. In fact, that team he's driving for has been competing since 2002 and has not won a race. In order to take the win, he needs to drive through this section flawlessly, and he does. And after 12 years of perseverance, frustration, and heartbreak, James West finally takes his first ARLA Elite Series victory. And in doing so, West gets the first points win for CarLink Racing. And for the top 10 finishers, I'd like to point out that every single driver in this list has not won an ARLA Elite Series race this year, well, except for James West. Allie Riggs gets her best finish of the year, Laura Cyrus her 2nd best finish, Mike Andrews in 4th, Cody Richards 5th, that's his best finish of the year so far, Harry Enola 6th, Siju Dejao 7th, Rob Ryder his first start of the year, he finishes 8th, DJ Daniels 9th, and Charlie Waters in 10th. And here are the top 10 in points. The point standings weren't shaken up nearly as much as some may have anticipated. Kevin Monroe and Leslie Riggs are still 1-2. Kurt Walker moves up to 3rd. Alex Carson 4th. Vinny Enzo 5th. Hinata Hyuga 6th. Allie Riggs jumps up to 7th. Neji Hyuga 8th. CJ Dejao 9th. And Laura Cyrus jumps up to 10th.